some reason it was giving a lot of I don't know why it was giving a lot of issues today. I don't normally have that. Yeah, so welcome all to my live tonight. It's a blessing to have you all joining in this conversation. I am looking forward to seeing and chatting with you all. I am seeing one person. Thank you so much for coming. If you haven't already, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and the notification bell so you can always know when I upload. So I want to welcome you all back to another episode of Power Chat with Shan, and I'm happy to have you. So tonight we're going to be talking about something that can be a controversial topic, but it seems small, but it is very big. It carries a large weight on a relationship. But for some reasons, persons normally overlook this topic. But guess what? That's what we're here for. We're here to talk about it. So tonight we'll be talking about which partner's feelings is most crucial to the relationship. Let me repeat. Which partner's feelings is most crucial to the relationship? In other words, this is asking who is more important in terms of how they feel to make a relationship actually work. We Are Young says present. Hi, We Are Young. Welcome to the live conversation, Power Chat with Shan. And I'm so happy to have you, my YouTube family. Oh, by the way, I tried to say it in the previous live, but for some reason that live was just in and out, so I had to cancel that live and restart this one. So I was saying thank you guys so much for the overwhelming amount of support that you have been giving me. I cannot say thank you enough. I am grateful for you, and you are a part of the NC family, always and forever will be my real OG supporters. Thank you. So back to the conversation. I had to tell you thanks. But back to the conversation. Now, we're here to talk about why it is that talking about relationship conversations is very important for me. I take these topics very seriously because as a millennial, we are not really taught how to really function in relationships. We're not really taught to know how to do certain things being in a relationship. So that is why I even focus a lot of my energy talking about relationships, because these are issues that I have too as a millennial, and it is worth talking about because nobody really talks about it. All right, so which partner's feelings or which partner's emotions are most crucial to a relationship? For me, I didn't want to start with my opinion. So I want one of you to at least tell me, what do you think about this? Whose feelings come first? The male feelings, the female feelings? I did a poll and I realized that, a lot of persons, both male and females, were saying that the females should be taken care of first in order for the relationship to work. Both males and females were saying females. I did one of the polls on Instagram, and I think only two males selected male, and the majority of the other males and females selected females. Two females actually selected males too, but the majority selected females. And I did another poll on WhatsApp, and a lot of persons commented, and some of them were that this is where I got some persons saying it's in between, like two persons is no one person more important than the other. It's on WhatsApp. I got that, and I got that also on YouTube. So on YouTube I was a little bit, I think I did the poll a little bit close ended because I didn't put the in between factor, of which I should. But for those who thought that it is some equal effort or it's equal, some equality is there, those persons actually sent me a message. So at least I got their responses as well. So We Are Young family says, both feelings are equal. None should be above the other. And I definitely, I can feel what you're saying. I understand what you're saying, but we all know that this world is not a level playing field. Somebody has to be the water and somebody has to be the fire. There's no level, there's no equality in this world. I would love for it to be that way. For some people, they get over that selfish phase and they are now able to coexist with each other equally. But in the initial phases, or until you get to that point, it is not that way. So I want to talk about that point in life before we get to that point where we get so comfortable with each other that we're able to compromise. Because remember, compromise doesn't begin from the beginning of the relationship. For some persons, they argue a lot. For some persons, argue a lot. For me, I am a very strong female, so my male counterpart has a very big challenge. I know that I can be a bit challenging, but it takes time. It's a process. It takes time for me to get into the groove of certain things. I am not easily tamed or controlled, so I know for me that I can be a very hard nut to crack. But at the end of the day, there must be a level of understanding between the two partners. So we are young family. I definitely understand what you are saying as it relates to the equality, in terms of nobody's feeling is more important than the other person's feeling. I understand that, but it doesn't just get there overnight. So I want to talk about what we have to go through before we actually get to the phase where we say equality for everybody. Cuz Music say, hear ya. Hi Cuz Music, welcome my loyal supporter. I love you so much. Thank you for joining. We Are Young Family says, that is why the relationship don't work out, because the females are thinking that their feelings should come above their spouse, which is wrong. All right, so you can't even blame us though, because we were grown, we were raised in a society that, made us directly aligned with our female instincts and our emotions. We are known as the emotional beings, and the men are known to be the providers, the trendsetters, the way makers, the leaders. You understand me? So they are the ones who are supposed to ensure that our emotions don't get the better of us, because they're the logical thinkers. That's what they say, that the men are the logical thinkers. So I'm not playing the devil's advocate or anything. I'm just looking at the perspectives that are actually happening. So I agree with you with the equality. There are definitely people who believe that it should be an equal thing. There are persons who believe that the female's feeling, once you dress up the female, then everything in the relationship will be fine. And some persons believe that once you dress up the males, then everything in the relationship will be fine. So let us get to the root. What is the purpose of a female in the relationship? What is the purpose of a male in the relationship? Where did all these ideologies come from? Right? I do know that biblically the men are to lead. The females were created as a second hand to the males. We were not created above, and I'm speaking biblically. So I'm highlighting that because I do understand that there are some persons who do not believe in the Bible or Christianity or whatever your religious beliefs are. But I'm just putting out a disclaimer out there. I am a Christian. I believe in the Bible. I believe in the word of God. God inspired man to create the Bible, and so I'm a firm believer in that. So pardon me if I use direct alignment to the Bible ever so often. Don't quote me, don't kill me for doing it. Just understand that this is my belief. All right, I will listen to what you have to say too if you are of another belief. All right, so with that disclaimer out, let me just continue. So biblically speaking, the men are supposed to be the head of the household. The men are supposed to lead, right? And I don't know if y'all know, but there's a quote that keeps going around. I've been hearing it for centuries, and that is the quote that says, every strong man needs behind every strong man there is a good woman. Yeah, behind every strong man there is a good woman. Yes, that's it. Behind every strong man is a good woman. So what that is basically saying is that for a man to truly and really be successful and to really walk in his God-given purpose, he will need another female. He will need a female that will really carry him and guide him and lead him into that direction. And that really is our purpose. Our purpose is not to lead as females. It's just the reality. I struggled with understanding that reality ever so often, but I do understand why we don't lead. We are too emotional. That's what we're there for. We're there to nurture and fix up the emotions of the men, but we are not created to lead. Well, biblically, if the man is the head, is the man feeling supposed to matter more? All right, I'm getting into that. We are young family. I'm not saying that at all. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying that it has to be something that is done interchangeably. So we should know how to coexist with our partners. So in this moment, maybe I need the man to keep me grounded more, and then at that time he needs to be the water. And in this moment, maybe I need to be the water because he's the fire in this moment. That is all I'm saying. So I'm all for both partners' feelings being important in the relationship. That's what I am talking about. But in terms of equal, I don't think that is, we can actually work as equal beings in the relationship. I believe that we can actually coexist, which means that if today my head at I'm just not in a no talking with you, you supposed to can be the water and say, hey, what am I gonna say, no, babe? Me not deal with this with you today. Come and have a drink, or I'm gonna carry you out, go get a massage or something. Cause you're too tense, man. You're too tense. You need to get a little bit off the edge. At least one partner should be able to say that whenever it is time that is necessary. So that's all I'm saying. So I'm saying that we should know how to be interchangeably. We should know how to interchange in the relationship. So if today my head at, you supposed to know say you be the water today. And if tomorrow your head at, me supposed to know say me supposed to be the water tomorrow. As some think the relationship will go work, because if we are equal, when your head at and you are going through your emotions, that means say my head go get hot and me go through the emotions. At some point, we need to understand how to be the fire and how to be the water. And at what point do we stop at all means to try and figure out what is really going on wrong in the relationship? What needs to be fixed? What do we need to address? So I'm not saying any partner is over the other. No, that's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is that we need to learn how to coexist with each other. And another thing we need to contemplate is the background, our family background. What are we accustomed to seeing? What are we used to? What do we know to be relationship? Because it's a reality. We get our understandings of relationship from our families, whether it has been a good observation or a bad observation. At the end of the day, it came from our family. So if we're grown in a single parent family, we can only speak from what we experienced as children, right? But that is why it requires for couples, when they're going through their different phases, they don't take up certain things in their own hands, because we don't always know everything. And it's best to speak to persons who have gone ahead of us, who have done the due diligence and gone through these processes before, to give us a little bit of enlightenment. Because as millennials, for some reason, we believe that we know everything. And I'm speaking too for myself, because there are days when I feel like I know everything. I'm not know nothing. Right? There are days when I'm so confident and so sure that I have the tea. I know the tea. I know it. You can't tell me otherwise because me know it. And you know what? It's in these moments that I am grateful, because when the humble pie catch me, I have to sit and quell myself. And I am appreciative of that, because you will not learn until you stop to listen. And I can be a good listener. But I don't, when I feel like something is foolish, like somebody's talking foolishness to me, I don't tend to listen to those. But as it relates to the relationship, I'm just saying that we can be a bit on the edge as females, because we're always up in our feelings. So I'm going to speak from the perspective now of a male, and I'm going to speak from the perspective of a female. And these are not opinions of me. These are just opinions of persons who have messaged me from the poll. All right, so from the male's perspective, I'm going to try and speak from the male's perspective first because I don't want anybody on here to tell me that I am biased, okay? So from the male's perspective, Kaz Music say yes. Yes, Kaz Music. I'm starting from the male tonight. Come on, I want you eat off my head tonight. Life with Shambhala. Hi, Life with Shambhala. Welcome to my live. I am so happy to have you tonight. Thank you so much for coming. Now, let me talk from the male's perspective based on what I got from the feedback from the polls. Now, the males were saying, Romario Hewitt, hi Romario, welcome. The males were saying that it is important for them to have a strong, grounded female in their corners in order to keep them strong, for them to lead well, for them to direct the paths well and stuff like that. They're very passionate about that. And so there are some men who believes that their feelings are more important than the female because they have the bigger role to play in the relationship. And I won't agree that they have the bigger role to play in the relationship, but they do have a significant role. At the end of the day, both partners serve a significant purpose to the relationship. So I'm not going to say the male has a bigger role or the female has a bigger role. I am more neutral tonight, all right? So there are some males who believe that their feelings are more important because they are the leaders of the relationship and they have to be grounded, they have to maintain their ground and coverage. The female needs to keep them covered and so on and so forth. So they are of the belief that they should be in the position first, right? Let me just check the chat really quick. I think I saw some messages coming in. Romario Hewitt says, I'm a new subscriber. Welcome to the NC gang. Thank you so much for joining the gang. I hope that you will be you will just love over here. It's just a whole vibe. It's a whole mood in itself. So thank you for coming. Oh, and don't forget to hit the like, and if you haven't subscribed already, wanna weapon subscribe. All right, so another point that the men had to say is that they believe that the females, their needs need to be met for there to be peace in the relationship, because they say that females like to nag. So somebody said there, oh my gosh, like I read in my mind. Life with Shambhala says women can be very annoying once they're unhappy. Nagging is the word, very much so. And men don't like to be nagged. So some of my male supporters or the male viewers would say that I believe that my girlfriend needs to be happy. I believe that that's my job in the relationship, to make sure that my partner, with a girlfriend or wife, is always happy. And believe it or not, there are some men who believe that that is their purpose, to make their spouse happy. So them take care of them pay them bills, them do everything. Mark you, there are some women who really takes advantage of such men, which is unfortunate, but it happens and it's just the reality, and we're over here to speak the truth. But there are some men who believes that their duty or purpose on this earth is to ensure that their partner is always happy, never short of anything, always in need. There are some men who will bust their butts to ensure that the partner has everything they need, right? So in the polls, that was a shocking reality to me, that most of the men are saying the females must be happy first, because they're of the notion that a happy wife is equivalent to a happy life. And we all know that as females, we can be very, very, very annoying and nagging when we don't get our own way sometimes. Romario Hewitt says, laugh out loud, no sir. We don't like nagging, but we have to keep our partners happy. See me at tell you. So Kaz Music, where you say, come see you say, well, so that means you might understand why they would have been coming from that perspective, right? Another thing now, this is something I just want to add to what the men were saying, and that is, happy wife, happy life, yes, but my need for happy too. Right, nobody not saying need for happy too, but I'm just saying that what the men were saying is that some of them are happy when they see that their wives are happy. It gives them the fulfillment to know that their wives or their spouses are happy. No, there is, if I don't know anything about women, because I'm a woman myself, I just think like a man sometimes. But I'm a woman myself, and if I don't know anything, a woman loves to be protected, and once she doesn't feel protected, that means she's not being led well. For me, I'm a very strong. I don't know. I repeat this so many times in my life that I'm a very strong female. Like, me hard for deal with. Me I want all showcase to myself. So me know say the person when talk to me really have a task. You understand me, but it's not intentional. It's just that I know my worth. I know what I deserve, and I am not stopping by no means to get what I deserve. And there are other females out there like me, and it can come off as being nagging, but it's not being nagging, but we're literally giving you a handbook to dealing with us. We're giving you a guide to dealing with us. What your job is as the man is to stop, listen, learn, and just adjust. You get the best out of us when you actually listen to what we're saying. Like, me I tell you now, you can get a woman to submit. The men have a power in them hand, you see, and then some of them not using it because you guys are so stubborn at times. You refuse to listen. But it's the reality. Yes, someone can get the women in her hands like this. I walk, I praise, I worship the ground. Well, I'm not going to say worship. That's too strong of a word. That alone must be for God. But you can have some of the women eating out of your palms just like that by protecting them, leading them, guiding them, making them feel safe. So when sometimes you hear some of the women complaining, I said this in a prayer live, but it's usually because of a lack of something. Right? It's because of a lack of something. The reality is, and men, you can confirm with me if this is true or false. Men are easier to please than women. Men are easier to please than women. Who are more simple people. Who simpler than women. Women are so technical. We are so challenging. Everything gone up in our feelings. We feel everything earthly. And the reality, our life with Shambhala say, of course the men deserve to be happy, no doubt about that, of course. If the man not happy, how them all function well. Life with Shambhala also says, girl, talk truth. I can just imagine say it. Romario Hewitt says, once your woman respects you too, she will submit. Exactly. Life with Shambhala says, being their biggest supporter, it's a simple things in life, right? And that's what I need for both partners to understand. It's the simple things in life that affects the relationship. It's the simple things in life that causes the partners to get up in their feelings. The simple things. It can be a word where you say. It can be a move where you make. It can simply be a smurf or a laugh. It's the simple things that causes problems in a relationship. And I'm saying that to say this. Women are very technical beings. Some men would say from the polls that we are very technical. We always want, we always want to be at the forefront of everything, and we believe that we're the most important beings. And there were some men who just believes that, once the woman is happy, there will be no nagging. So therefore, there's no problem with them. I'ma understand because we're really nagging for true. So some men, just to get rid of the nag out of them ears and the distress out of them ears, because men are easy to please, of course. Them not really make anything bother them, of course. But us women, everything bother we. Everything bothers us. It could be the socks that is put in the incorrect position or the incorrect place. It could be the dirty clothes we put on the shoe stand or something that triggers us. Cause music says everything but no, sir. It's true. I cannot say no. There are some women though who are exceptional, like not bother them. But me one of them women, they were everything bother me. My miserable bad. Romara Hewitt says, yes, we are very simple humans. Yes, and I agree. Men are very simple. Men are very simple to please, which is why there are some men who will go out and cheat for no reason at all. They just go out and cheat for get little pleasure one time and gone again. Cause music says, why wanna stay so laughable? I saw we make up, sir. Me no know why we stay so. Shelly's corner says good night. Good night, Shelly. Welcome to Naturally Candid's live. we are on the topic, which partner's emotions or feelings is most crucial to the relationship. Life with Shambhala says, cause you're lucky. I'm lucky for true. I'm just have to understand this is part of our being. Shelly's corner says, everything bothers me. Everything bothers me to Shelly. Everything bothers me, and men just have to understand that it's in the makeup of a woman to be like that. We are the ones who put things together. That's what we are created for. We put things together. So when things now make sense, we join the puzzles together. We sit down, we think, we stress over it, and we ponder, we wonder, we fix it. And that is why women are so emotional. We're emotional beings because everything we sit and we take seriously, right? We were created that way. We are created to fix things. That is why men need us, and we need men to think logically, right? Unfortunately, the men, something is wrong. The men are being marginalized right now, and it is just a sad reality for the generation coming that men are being so marginalized because they really don't know how to be leaders. There are a lot of men out there that are just in men frame, but they don't have anything else behind it, and they don't know how to be leaders. And that is a problem, because when a woman is not led correctly, she will retaliate with something negative. Women were not created to lead. And when we lack the leadership we require, we will retaliate. And you will see, we are now seeing a spin-off effect of that. Look at society. Take society for an example. The society is the way it is because men have lost their way some way or the other, right? So it would want to look like women are in it alone. Thank God for the few men who are still getting it right in this time. It's in our genes. Yes, Shelly, it's in our genes. Cause music says balance is the key, but that's the thing. Women look to men for balance. Women look to men. Let me say that again because I don't think a lot of men get this. Women look to men for balance. So whenever a woman comes out of a relationship with a man, it really rip her apart in the beginning, because that was where she sought balance. It's not that we're seeking refuge in a man, or we're seeking validation from a man or protection. We are seeking protection from a man. Some of you would want to say otherwise, but listen to me, honey. If you could have managed on your own, then you would not go into a relationship. Period. If you could have managed on your own, you would end up in a relationship. The reality is we both need each other. Men need women, women need men. Cause music's a balance is key, definitely. Shelley's corner says we tend to take over the leadership role, and that is because men are lacking that characteristic. So women have to be doing that because there are no men to really lead us into the direction that we need to be going. There, like I said, I don't want anybody quote me on this, but there are a few exceptional men out there that are really lifting the bar, that are really raising the standards of society, that are really holding the women together. And for you men, my love uno to the tail, uno just keep the woman them grounded. Some I'm just glad some of the men are still there holding their composure and doing right by us women. I appreciate and applaud you men who are still doing those things. Shelley's corner says, I believe that the men are under attack. I firmly believe so too, miss. I firmly believe so, because they are the ones who are supposed to lead. So imagine breaking down the tower of strength. What would happen to society? They are definitely under attack, and it's an intentional attack by the enemy. Romario Hewitt says, well, time's changing, you know. I say masculine man with feminine woman, or feminine man with masculine woman. Men are lacking, but two bulls can be in the same pen. Is it can or can? Which one you try to say? Because two bulls can't rule in a one pen, you know. Two bulls cannot rule in one pen. Shelley's corner said, I think something is missing when you find a man without a woman, and vice versa. It's true. And sometimes when you find a man without a woman, it's simply because them just cannot take the stress. Them can't take the pressure. And sometimes when you see a woman without a man, she'll take a break too. Because man with mad woman and woman with mad man. That's how the world is moving now. That's how things are happening now. People are stressed people to the core. And that is why I'm having this conversation. How do we deal with that? How do we deal with balancing the act? Guys, if you're just joining this live, please do not forget to hit the like. It's good for the YouTube algorithm and it really gives me the motivation to continue to do things like this. And if you haven't subscribed as yet, what's you waiting on? Go and go subscribe and come back. Yes. So we need each other. We need each other, and it's just unfair the way things are going right now, but there is still hope. There is still hope. And if I can at least spark a little hope in anybody on this live tonight, that you may be the best of you and I make nothing make you cold, because if you follow this world, you become so cold towards every and any little thing. And a lot of things that are breaking down relationship as it relates to which partner's happiness is more important is that we are thinking about, we create our own values from the experiences that we had as a child growing up. We created our own values. We understood what was right from what was wrong based on our experiences as a child growing up. And as a result of that, we portray that same energy, or we expect that same thing coming from our partner or our spouse. So our expectations has a lot to do with this. That topic is a whole nother live for itself, so I'll save that topic for another live. But our expectations can lead to so many disappointments, and I think that that's another problem, another massive problem that leads to this problem that we're talking about tonight, is the expectation of what men should and should not do. A man for take care of me, man for pay my bills, man for carry me go on date, go pay for my date. Then me used to stay so. I'm not gonna tell a lie. I'm not gonna go around the bush and go like me a Holy Mary. Me used to stay so. I don't believe so when me go on date and me supposed to pay half of the bill and the man pay the next half. No, you carry me on date, go pay the full bill. You understand me? And me that. You understand? And that's why I am sharing my experiences with you guys. I don't want anyone to think that, oh, everything is perfect on my end. Oh no. Oh no. I developed my understanding and my beliefs from what I saw around me. And I saw around me where men pays the bills. They take care of the woman. It wasn't an equality thing. It's not me and you pay the bills, or when we go on a date you pay half of me. I know that me grow up me never grow comes to that, right? So these are some of the things that I'm talking about when I speak about expectations as to who should be cared for first in order for the next thing to happen. Because for me, I used to believe that women, once you take care of women, we will automatically take care of you, because women fix things. That's our nature. We fix things. Whenever things seem out of place, we fix them. And that we do. And so we did make. That's our makeup. And men just need to understand that. So I heard this audio on TikTok the other night. I don't really know it exactly how it goes, but I know the idea behind it. So I'm going to share my understanding from it. And it says, if you give a woman a house, she makes a home. If you carry groceries to a woman, she creates a meal. So it is like it's saying that if the man provides that atmosphere for the woman to feel free, to feel loved, to feel nurtured and cared, he will get all the love, nurturing and caring that he needs or so desires. Because once a woman is happy, really and truly, she will protect you and your emotions to the core. And I believe that is where the whole statement came, where happy wife, happy life, or every strong man has a good woman, right? My belief said that it come from, because the reality of it, look in society, all the men who are in power or who have done right by society, they have a strong wife behind them, standing behind them, cheering them on, leading them on. And I love to use, for example, Barack Obama and Michelle Obama. She knows her role as the wife, and she stay back. And she stay back there until her husband leads her in. Have you ever noticed how that man treats his wife? Or you ever see how the man darlingly look on him wife, like talk truth? eyes to die for, and he treats her like a lady. And guess what? In return, she gives him the love, the strength, the power to make him feel like a man. Because she knows that she can trust this man with her entire being. She can trust him with her love. She can trust him to make the decisions for the family. She can trust him to do everything. So all she needs to do is to sit back and make sure that he maintain his strength. That is what we were built for. And until men start to understand that, you will never believe that a woman that you get is a good woman. If you do not understand that our duty, our job, we were created for this, is to fix things, you will never find the woman that you need, you want. Because if you don't create the environment for the woman to give you what you want, you will not get it. You have to create that environment of safety, protection, love for that woman, and watch how your life turn. I'm telling you, say, if you're not doing it now, try it and see what happens. Just try it for a day and you see what happened. Let me check some of the comments. Oh my God, I got so carried away that I didn't even check the comments to see what y'all were saying. Cause Music say Cause Music, oh, you said can't from Mario Hewitt. I figured it was can't you were saying. Cause Music said can't take stress now. Nah, make nobody mad me. I get too old for that now. You can stay there. You're going to have stress right through. I shared tonight on my Facebook Live that circumstances and problems are always going to come. So you have to learn how to maneuver these circumstances. You have to learn how to get through these situations and where you are, what is your stance in the problem. So you can quickly maneuver yourself out of the issues. You will always have problems, honey. Guys who are just joining the live, don't forget to hit like, and if you're not subscribed yet, go and go subscribe and come back. And don't forget to share your nuggets in this chat. We are having a family conversation around here, and I would want you to join in on that conversation. All right, so let me go back up here so now, because we'll keep chatting now. Guys, bear with me, I'm going to take my time. Shelly's Corner says, I think we have failed our boys or men. Society has failed our boys that are the men of tomorrow. All right, let me just address this, Shelly. As an educator, we have failed our boys or men. And that is as a result of single parenting. I'm not saying it's the only reason, but single parenting, especially when boys are grown solely by females, that's a problem. And it's a problem because we are natural born nurturers. We cannot teach the boys how to lead because we're only going to be leading because of our circumstances. We are not the grassroots teachers of leadership. That's a job for the men. And we nurture the boys so much, we spoil them so bad that when they grow older, it's the same thing they're expecting of their females to carry into them. So as women, we fail our boy children. And if you are one of those women who have a boy child, and you are a single parent family, then you know that you need to be that all-rounded character for that child. You need to nip it in the bud from day one, make him know what is right from wrong, teach him how to lead as a man. You know, because for females, what we do, we nurture them, I will spoil them, I will brat them up, and so them to understand how when they get a female, how to treat them, because we treat them so much that they feel like they don't need to treat female with such love. So as females, we need to ensure that the boys are trained well, right? Which is why we need to choose proper partners to have children with. We need to choose proper partners to have children with. If you see a characteristic in the man, picture your son. Picture your son and see if you would want your son to be like that. If you don't want it like that, run with the whole of your foot in your hand. Run. Because the child would come back the same way as the father. All right. So many. I'm trying to get there. All right. Life with Shambhala said, I'm on a break because I have no chill and legit can't take the headache. Let me tell you something. You're going to have headache right through. So whether you take the break now, take the break tomorrow, take the break last year, take the break 10 years from now, you still going to have a problem when you decide to get into the relationship with the other person. So if you feel like you are over a certain hurt and a certain pain and you think you can really try again, then mount up the courage to try. But don't go in the relationship expecting that it's going to be perfect. There's no such thing as perfection. You will have your challenges. And I always say to people around me, because this is just me and this is just my belief, you don't have to believe in it too, but I always say to people around me that every single individual in your life will hurt you. Every single one. Some of them hurt you and most of them hurt you, and they will continue to do so. But what you need to do is to decipher which one of these individuals, or which of these individuals, is worth the pain. It all comes down to that, It all comes down to selecting the individuals who are worth the pain. All right? So when you muster up the courage, make sure you think about that. Guys, bear with me. It's a lot. Okay. Shelly's Corner says, I wish I could call in hate the long texting. I wish I could call in hate. Don't it, Shelly? I say, I don't know why YouTube not have the face-to-face something where I could just talk face-to-face. Jeez. I wish so too, Shelly. I wish so too. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to consider having like probably a WhatsApp, a number for WhatsApp for my lives, where you call in and tell me what you want to tell me on the call, and I share it here on the live, or probably put you on a speakerphone so that the other persons who I'm live with will be able to hear the conversation. So that's something we can consider. I'll definitely check it out. All right. Let's see. Our happiness is of importance. Both of us need to be happy in the relationship. Very well so. How you're gonna get there, that's between you and your partner. You and your partner has to decide what are the goals for the relationship. You and your partner has to decide what are your pet peeves, what you should and should not do. Don't do this because it stressed me out. Don't do that because it hurt my feeling. Both partners have to come together and decide what are the goals of the relationship. Until they can do that, we're not gonna always have problem. That's a first step to having a mutual understanding of what you should and should not do in a relationship. Shelly's Corner say, or yes, I had to unlearn certain things. Yeah, and that's how it is. Once you find that strong partner in your corner, trust me, then we teach you how to unlearn some of the things that you think you know and don't know. Connie C. Walcott. Hi, Connie. Welcome. Guys who are just joining the live, do not forget to hit the like on the live, and not to mention the subscription and notification bell. So every time when I upload or I'm going live, you guys can be notified. Connie C. Walcott says, I used to think like that as well. Exactly. All our way. I feel like all our way go through the stage here where we think that way there. Shelly's Corner says, I see my husband as my equal, my partner, so half. You see it? And I believe, Shelly, that comes with maturity. I think that comes with maturity and experience. Yes, because you have been in a committed relationship where you can't just get up and just walk out and just leave it so. On a building a life together, on a come together, on a do that together. You guys have gone through that phase already. That phase where the selfish phase, you guys have been through that already. But for us millennials, because we grow up in a society that tells women that we can do anything that we want to do, and it tells men that, hey, you can go be street agar, go out and go cheat. That's what is glorified in society, because that's what we have to face as millennials. We have a bigger task and a bigger burden to bear. Nobody never teach you this. We never have the experience that we needed to have in order to sustain relationships in this time. So that's what I wanted to come on here to really highlight. Oh, all right. Where did I stop? Yes, right here. Mr. Miles Monroe said it, right. Romara Hewitt said, need me a strong black woman, but can you be a strong? You have to be careful what you wish for, You have to be careful what you wish for, because strong black woman come with strong black woman problems. They come with some very strong beliefs. So you have to be able to sustain that and make sure that you are a strong black man for that strong black woman when she comes. Be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it. All right. Oh, I'm so loving the conversation tonight, guys. It's so overwhelmingly great that I'm going to just take my time and go through the chat them for see if I can get everybody. At Romario, are you a stronger black man? See, Shelly come like, hey, may I think I like Shelly's? I was wondering the same thing. All right, so Connie C says, when a woman knows what she wants, especially in a man, she is considered to be too much to handle. That is true. Some men just aren't up to the challenge. They prefer it the easy way. And that is why I was saying to Romario, be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it. When you have a strong woman who knows what she wants, she will not be easily pleased. And it is in the nature of a man to hunt and the nature of a woman to play stubborn when the man is hunting. So you, my dear, have to make sure that you are ready for that challenge when it comes, because it will come with a strong black woman. Guys, if you're just joining the live, let me just remind you all to please like and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much. All right, and don't forget to share the nuggets. Your nuggets is very important to the conversation. All right. All right, Shelly's Corner says, agreed. Connie C. Walcott says, I agree. I always say that only a man can teach a boy how to be a man. As women, we can try out our best, but it's not our job. It's true. We only can try our best, but we will never be able to fit the position of a man teaching a boy child how he must be a man. We cannot do it. We were not created for that, right? That's going against God's will. That we were not created for that. We are the ribs. So we're supposed to support the man when the man are the disciplining. We're not supposed to be the forefront of the discipline. Guys who are just joining the live, I see that a couple of you just joined. Please hit the like. All right, Shelly's Corner says, I believe that a woman can't really raise a man child effectively, and same with a man raising a girl child. It's true, because each of us were created for a particular purpose. Women to the women, man to the man. Not let me rephrase that, because I know some of y'all and your light minds, but I mean mother and daughter, father and son, right? A mother and a son will have a very close relationship because she'll nurture him. But the father will be the one who will be able to teach him how to be a man. And a female child, a girl child, and their father will be close, right? Sometimes even closer than the mother, because the father teaches the girl what she needs to see in a man. So we ought not take these responsibilities lightly. We are the replicas that our children get to see. Me not have no pitney yet, but me have students, 300 out of them. So me talk like a parent right now. But we are what our children gets to see first, because socialization starts within the home. So if I, as a female, is accustomed to my mother being alone, she can only teach me how to be alone. She'll only teach me how to be alone. Said, don't take no foolishness from a man, but at the same time, you single though. So you never dare take so much foolishness from a man that you end up single. Me don't want that for myself. Me want a partner, right? So at that time now, when we're getting older, we have to be able to differentiate what we should and should not listen to, or what we should and should not have as values. Because sometimes we look for values in people that don't have the lives that we want to live. So if you are caught between thinking about what you should think of the situation and what you should not think about the situation, look on someone who you admire. Look at their lifestyle that they're living. If it's a lifestyle fitting to you that you want to live, then you can take a little talk from them. But don't take no talk from nobody who is living a life that you don't want to live. That's another thing that we need to talk about. That's another topic for another live. Must say holy pie, holy have a talk about, guys. Holy. I think the next topic I'm going to talk about is expectations, because I think that's the biggest problem in relationships. Shelly's Corner says, I believe that a woman can't. Okay, yeah, I read that one. Dr. Jeremy Baldwin, welcome to tonight's live. I know that you're always here. Thank you so much, my loyal supporter. I appreciate you. So Dr. Jeremy Baldwin says, the culture is getting more and more toxic to family life and relationships, and more persons are going to choose career over relationship. And that is true. That is what is happening. We see that every day. But I must say, though, that I am very happy to see that a lot of millennials or youth are getting married. I do hope and pray that they get it right, though, because I also see a lot of persons divorcing, which is not good at all. So I just hope that people will take marriages seriously and people will understand the extent of their vows, because I know that falling in love, getting somebody, meeting someone, dating and falling in love, getting married is very easy. It is what happens after that. I am not married. I am not a psychologist. I am not a, we call them, counselor or anything, but I can speak based on what I've seen around me. I was talking to a friend the other day and I was like, because my friend is interested in getting married and stuff like that. So here I am being the good friend with my opinions, like my counselor, said to the friend that, you need to make sure marriage is not something to play around with. That is a legally binding contract that you sign with yourself and God. It's not simple, right? So when you're marrying, you mustn't expect to marry and divorce or marry and separate, because that's not what it is for. The marriage is to work together, stay together, stick together, make it happen together. So it's unfortunate that a lot of people are getting married these days for the wrong reasons, and they end up in toxic situations that lead them to nowhere but hellhole. But I see a lot of persons getting married now. I'm happy to see that. I just really hope that they're able to stay together. They're able to withstand all the struggles and stresses that come with marriage and stick together. Thank you so much, guys, who are just joining. Do not forget to hit the like on the live, please and thanks. All right. Shelly's Corner says, Dr. Baldwin, I agree, definitely. Kaz Music says, try StreamYard. What are the, I did stream, alright, let me tell you what I don't like with StreamYard. The quality drops. The quality drops when I'm using StreamYard, so I don't like using it. Instead, I prefer to use YouTube, even though YouTube's quality drops too, but StreamYard is worse. But what are the benefits of StreamYard? Kaz Music, you can go ahead and share that for me. Shelly's Corner, yes, man. That what my friends do, read the calling. All right, so I guess I will talk to Kaz Music a little bit more on that, so I can facilitate that calling for y'all. All right, Nicole Victor says, excellent idea. Wow, quick problem solving. I tell you, over here, my naturally candid family, them just full of their vibes and full of the things them. They're so professional and all. I love y'all so much. Yvette Beeson, thank you so much, Yvette. That's a new name on my life. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you for joining and staying in the conversation. Yvette says, I agree with Shelly's Corner. God gave us two parents for a reason. Definitely. There's a reason why there's male and there's a reason why there's female. Adam was created before Eve for a reason. Lenny Beckford says, at Connie, some women get the good man and don't know how to love him too. Rightfully so. I said that earlier on, but maybe you weren't here at the time, but I said that earlier on, that it's unfortunate that for some men who are still doing the right thing and giving society hope, they are being mistreated by women who are not deserving of them. Kaz Music say, why? I don't know the Wi-Fi, I forgot to tell me. Lenny Beckford, some women weren't counseled by their mothers or aunties on how to love a man, and don't forget grandparents or grandmothers. Because grandmothers, whether or not we believe it, they play a very significant role in our lives. They were on how to love a man, which can bring problems to the relationship. I always say this, Lenny Beckford. I was grown. I'm always say this in my lives. For those who have been here from day one on my life, you will know that I always say this. I was grown in a matriarchal type of family. It was very strenuous for the men to stand up because the women were so strong and bold and outspoken and just a mistake so too, unfortunately, but me not gonna make the curse to follow me right through. So I am working on it. But it is very belittling to men when female want to take over the control. I know that. I understand that. I feel like I have belittled men before because of how strong-willed I am. Right? So I definitely understand what the men in here are saying. Some women really weren't counseled by their mothers or aunties, and if they were counseled to lead, or they were counseled to say, you can do without a man, you don't need a man for be alright and whatever. That's the counseling that we get, especially the females of this generation. That is the counseling we are getting. Wait, you don't need a man for do this, do your thing, no do not with no man. That's the counseling we get. And we have to understand why we're getting that counseling, because of their experiences and all the pain and drama that they have been through. right? So it's on us now to decide what we want for us and our partners. Dr. Jeremy Baldwin says, for both partners to be happy, both partners must want it to work. Then an understanding that we're not supposed to figure it out all at once. It takes time to be happy with effort from both partners. You just hit the nail on the head. So Dr. Jeremy Baldwin, oh, you're going with yourself tonight. So you just hit the nail on the head. Exactly. And I said that in the beginning of this live, that it takes two to make a relationship work. And basically what it simply is just two people not giving up on each other. That's what it is. Two people not giving up on each other. You can't have one partner saying they want to make this relationship, but that partner out there doing that the other partner dirt. That is not that's not working together. That's giving up on the partner. You gone out there gonna do what you want, do what you feel like you want to do. You give up on your partner. Because while you could have been in your relationship working on the problem within your relationship, you're out there doing dirt. So you're not working with your partner, you're actually working against your partner. So it takes two to make a relationship work, guys. So it takes two to figure out the issues. It takes two to solve the problem. It takes two. Remember, it takes two. Alright? Alright, let's see what the others are saying. Oh, Right. Shelly's Corner says, Lenny, who? I like the disagreements because that is up for a good discussion. Shelly Corner says, Lenny, I disagree no, because what if the aunties and the mummies, them not get no good home training themselves? They're only going to perpetuate the problem. Exactly. And that's what I shared when I was sharing my understanding of the whole thing. Because if that's their experience, they are going to teach you from their experiences. Which is why I said to you, do not take my telling from persons who aren't living the life that you so desire to live. Because the moment you take telling from these persons, you are going to go down the same dungeon that they're in, because they're going to tell you what they did to get into the position that they're in. So if you don't want to be in for them position, not take no telling from them. Simple. Alright. Kaz Music says, tell you what, scrap StreamYard, try restream instead. Alright, Kaz Music, I'll definitely get back to you on that. Shelly's Corner says, I use StreamYard and I have no issues with it. You can add up to 10 people to the chat. Alright, so I think I'm gonna go into all these, I'm gonna delve into all these different options that I have. Thank you so much, guys, for sharing. Lux, my love on the so no Sam, my love on the bad. But my experience though with StreamYard, because before YouTube made it available for me to go live, I had to use StreamYard. But StreamYard, the quality was dropped to a point that I didn't like. I even sounded funny. I just never like it. So I could say, oh, maneuver it a little bit more. Kaz Music says, agree with Mr. Baldwin, definitely. Lenny Beckford, Shelly's Corner, at Shelly's Corner. That's partly my point. Some fill up the child's head with, nah, give all your love to no man. Oh, nah, give all your love to no man. And nobody, he make no, hey, me talk, part one, but I can't read it, you know. No, sir. Alright, I'm going to try again. Nah, give all your love to no man. And nobody, he make no man turn you in a fool. So the child takes it to the extreme. Exactly. And that means it always hear, no make no man turn you in a fool. But now make no man run my head. Don't make no man turn you in a Google. That me hear. Me not hear nothing else more than that. Lenny Beckford says, put on Miss Candid, working against instead of fixing. Exactly. And that is not the goal of the relationship. You cannot be working against your partner, else it will not work. And sometimes in the relationship, you have to agree to disagree. So all when you don't like what the partner say, you have to agree in the moment and then wait till the whole heat turn down. Then you can go now to the partner and say, darling, you know, this is my real opinion on the situation. You can either choose to take it or you don't. Whatever your decision is, I'll work with it. That is so much different from saying, no, no matter what you say about that, yeah, that's so much different of a response to a situation, to a negative situation that can make that female melt into your arms, right? So we have to be careful of how we talk to our partners as well. Lenny Beckford says, teach them how to catch man but not how to keep the man. You know, Lenny, I don't think they even teach them how to catch the man. Men don't have to be caught. Men hunt. Men hunt, so they don't have to be caught. Right? So they are not even taught how to catch the man. They are just simply taught that when them get the man, because the expectation is that they'll get the man. When them get the man, they must make the man take them for idiot. That's it. So it's not a matter of keeping the man, but it's a matter of not making the man take them for idiots. Alright, Shelly's Corner says, I agree with Mr. Baldwin. We live in a fast-paced world. We have no time to work on relationship. Exactly. And with all these technological devices and these technological things like TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, WhatsApp, all these, YouTube, people are basically unhappy and presenting themselves on screen like they're happy. Right? That is how bad the society has gotten. People are so unhappy in relationships that they present themselves on the media as happy, because guess what? That probably make them money. Me not do it. I'm not make the media make me turn myself in a Google and my relationship in a Google. Certain things me just keep off the air. Certain things must not be public, because the media will present itself as something that is so glorious and is so awesome and nice and make something happen to you and your relationship. I was looking at the situation. I don't want to call any names, but this is a very good example, and I love how these two have dealt with the breakup. And that is the situation of Crystal Tomlinson and Beanie Man. Now, they were in a real committed relationship. They were all in love and everything, but there comes times when you are not created for the person and the person was not created for you, and you just have to know when to call the relationship quit. Try first, but if there's no making amends to the situation, you have to know when to let go. And I applaud these two for how they dealt with the situation. You know, people are going to be critics. They'll always have things to say. People deal with pain differently, and that's how they dealt with it, and they did well. They did well at dealing with it, and I applaud them for that. Not everybody could handle it like that, you know, because the breakups that I'm seeing now over the media is very terrible. They are very nasty breakups, and sometimes the relationships can actually have potential to go back together, but because it was so much on the media and when people don't slaughter it, there's no hope. So certain things that should be kept private and worked on in private, because once it gets out into the public, you have to go call to the public and tell them why this happen, why that happen, you know, and we can't afford for that to happen. I mean, that's a whole lot of stress in itself. Guys who are just joining, don't forget to hit like on the live, and if you haven't subscribed to Naturally Candid as yet, go on, go subscribe and come back. All right, and make sure say bring your friend them over here, because the chat tonight is very full of vivaciousness and everybody is just up and about in the conversation. I love that. All right. Ayadre says Shanda counselor. No, man, no counselor. Nobody here says so. All right. Shelly's Corner says, I agree with you. Keep your relationship private. It's not that you are saying that you do not have a partner, but you are protecting yourself and your relationship and your partner from the animosity. Is the reality. There is a reality that people, I have gone through that phase, so I can only speak from experience, but there are some people who, they don't want you until you're taken. There are some persons who are like that. They don't want you until you're taken. And when you end up in a situation like that, then you find that your relationship comes under attack. Shelly's Corner say, you skip some of the comments. Are true? Are true? I'm go back. I'm go back. I'm say I'm skip none for true. No, but I answered all of these, Shelly. I answered all of them. Which one did you think I skipped? Because I addressed all these that I'm seeing. Right, so our relationships, sometimes we have to definitely keep them private, because people will strive to break up a good relationship, break up a good marriage. And when you are married, it comes like the problem heightened 10 million times more than if you were in the relationship with the person. But as it goes back down, you see, we talk about so much things. Every time I do this live, I'm come up with a nice piece of topic, we always end up at about 10 million topic too. So let's go back to the topic of tonight, and that was hold on, let me just read that one comment here first, and then we'll go to the topic. All right, so Ayadre says, and another world are you in a relationship is you and the individual. So publicity should be a part of our relationship. That is true, but we have to understand that some people seek validation through public eyes. When the public in them business, that's them feel like them relationship are going with something. Shelly's corner, I saw it go. Lenny Beckford says, love yourself first before you can love someone else. When two one together from that basis, ABD put God. Oh, I guess that's a mistake. When two together from that basis put God first, they stand a good chance of success. Amen. Put God first in everything you do, and it shall come out to reap the rewards. If you don't have God in another relationship, if I even for prayer, a word of prayer every little day, you and your partner pray together, or even if your partner tired and gonna sleep, at least somebody hold up the prayer line for that relationship. It's going to be a struggle. And another thing that will cause the relationship to be a struggle is if the both parents and for both parties do not like the union. If you don't get the blessings from the parents, it bound for struggle. The Bible did make reference to the importance of the parents blessing a union, so you must know, right? Life with Shambhala says it's the new norm for this generation, and unfortunately I am not going to succumb to that new norm. I am still an old soul. I still believe in love. I still believe that there is hope. I still believe so, right? I do believe that there are genuine love out there in this time. I do believe that it still exists. And I believe that people are still marrying for the right reasons. Lenny Beckford says, sorry for the typo, come not none, not one. All right, I understand now. Shelly's corner says, keep your family out of your relationship. Precisely, because I mean, once you feel like you and your partner can work, then why not? Keep them out, yes? A Life with Shambhala says, not all that glitters is gold. Definitely not. And you can very well see that now, especially in the COVID-19 pandemic, at how many relationships that were so-called perfect in our eyes, or looked perfect in our eyes, that went toops with the blink of an eye. Those are some examples that we can look at to see that, things are happening behind closed doors, and we really don't know what people are going through. So sometimes do we have to be, compassionate. We have to be compassionate to people because we don't know what they're going through. People are not wearing their problems on their faces, so you're not going to know who really going through it. So we have to be compassionate with the things that we say to people. Which partner's happiness is crucial? Right. Oh, Ayo, you came in on the conversation so late. We were saying, hold on, we soon got to the topic. Shelly Scarners, what do I mean when you're having issues? Don't involve them when you forgive your spouse. They still holding on to the wrong. Yes, Shelly, why them do that? If that he did or she did. Yes, for real. But why though? It's something I am grappled with. When you forgive the partner, your family, that's a very good point. And I forgot to mention that your family just don't let go off of the problem when they did have. Like, them forget that them used to go through the stages too, right? They used to go through the stages. They had to do the same. They had to go through the same procedure where you and your partner have a problem, and you feel confident enough to go share it with them, and then just not let it go. So Shelly, that's a real, you have a big point right there. So you have a very strong point there. I agree. You have to keep them out for that sake. And not every problem you have in your relationship, you should go and tell your partner, your parents especially, because they'll not forgive the partner when you forgive them. So Shelly, thank you so much for mentioning that. Lenny Beckford said, I wonder why I'm not getting posts my end, only seeing mine. Really? That's weird because I'm seeing everybody's posts here, and I think some of the persons who are viewing are actually seeing other persons' posts too. So I don't know if it's a setting on your end. You can probably check that out. Shelly's Corner says, I got married at 24 and I learned that very quickly. Wow, Shelly, congratulations that your marriage is still going on strong. I'm happy when me see them story here. Come tell me more about your story, girl. I love these stories. You may call a girl like me your size. My apologies, but please, to share your story. I'm interested to know. All right, Life with Shambhala says, it's a case if you always take the bad that your partner do to your family, because most times we barely share the good. And not true. Every time when something bad happen, that we quick for share. And we not share the good things. We're not sharing the good things. And even when we want to share the good things, we kind of shield all of the bad things, then we already say already it's too late. Right? So that's another challenge that relationships are having now. People mash up your relationship faster than how you and the person mash it up. Lenny Beckford says, I'm good now. Technical issues started. Awesome. Very well. Shelly's Corner says, I don't discuss my issues with family. Exactly. Because, and I guess, Shelly, like I said, Shelly, it comes with experience and maturity. Because you've been married for quite some time now, I assume. So you've been through that the phase the long time, and you go through the ups and downs together already. So right now, you basically in the phase now where is companionship. You relax now. We can't be too relaxed because we all know how these men and women are. But you're at the stage now where you can really trust each other and work out on the differences like civil beings. Shelly's Corner says, yes, almost 13 years. See me, I know you talk like a wife who married good while now. Yes, man, congratulations. And I'm very happy when I see marriages working, especially in this time. 13 years is a lot of years. And guess what? If you can make it to 13 years, you can make it to 23 more years. 23 more lovely years. Shelly's Corner says, no family member should talk down to my husband. And exactly. You have to get to the point where you have to move out people out of your relationship, even if it includes your own family. You have to move them out of your relationship, and you cannot join them in the negative conversation, because the moment you join them in the negative conversation, you're basically turning against your husband. So in a relationship too, we also have to know how to stand for our partners, whether it be family or it is friends or whatever. Not saying that you're going to turn against these people, but you have to let them know that this is where it ends. You do not talk about this, that may I still family same way, may I still friends same way, but this is a boundary for conversation, right? Shelly's Corner said thanks. No problem, Shelly. For those who are just joining, guys, don't forget to hit the like on the live, and if you haven't already, please remember to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Life with Shambhala. At Life with Shambhala, I've experienced this very sad when I don't think that is finished. Correct me if I'm wrong. Alright, so back to the topic, because y'all have me all over all sorts of conversation, right? Some of these I'll definitely have to put in a live for themselves. So the topic for tonight was, which partner's happiness is crucial to a relationship working? And like I said, I shared my view by saying to you that I think we should know how to coexist in order for both partners' needs to be met. I know that a lot of people are saying it should be 50-50, but I don't know when I'm 50-50. I believe that when some persons are in a relationship and your partner feel 20, you supposed to be 80. When you feel 20, your partner supposed to be 80. So to make sure, so to put the 80 and the 20 together and make that 100. That 50-50 something there, me not think that is a very logical point to make, because when you are upset, your partner is not necessarily upset. So somebody have to be the fire and somebody have to be the water, and you have to do it interchangeably. So if today me feel upset about something and me feel like me offer me blow the whole roof down, my partner supposed to be there to say, look here, calm down, be the one who say, calm down, I understand the distress, I understand what you're going through, I understand the challenges, but me and you, we talk about it after. In the meantime, go and go lay down. Somebody have to be that strength when the next person is feeling low. You can't be the low person and your partner low too. Low and low clash together, make war. Low and low clash together, make war. And if you strong up here and your partner is down here and you feel your partner energy come catch you, change the circumstance, fix your partner so that the two can come back up again. The 50-50 thing, me not believe in it. I don't believe there is no such thing as 50-50. The world not equal. The world is not a level playing field. And we know that. So we have to learn how to coexist without expecting 50-50. Ayodre says, hell no, it's not 50-50. I don't believe it is either. Both partners should be the light of each other. Yes, I agree. Both partners should know when to be the light of each other. So in a situation where your partner really got through it today, you need to be the light. In a situation where you are really going through it, your partner needs to know that they need to be the light. As some feel it's an effort. It's a combination with you and your partner. It's not no one person getting 50 and the next person getting 50. Because 50-50, when anybody say 50-50 chance of survival or something, it means they really depend on the brink of falling or living, dying or living, working or failing. So me no use 50-50 in no way, shape or form. It have to be 80-20 or say probably 70-30, but it have to be a figure big and a figure small. So say this big figure can help catch a small one, put it together and make a complete figure, right? Then again, that's my opinion. Shelly's Corner says, sometimes when you share the good, them say you go on like a relationship perfect. Damn if you do, damned if you don't. Laugh hold on. It's true. It's true. When you share the good, why you can't please people? You can't please people. Because when you tell them say a relationship good, them in them head no go so whatever. When you tell them say it bad, them feed off of the bad. Them feed. It's a people thing. It's a people thing. Shelly's Corner says, one thing though, never see a partner as your enemy. Oh. Ooh, child. But then another thing is Shelly's Corner is that partner ought not make you see them as your enemy. Because the moment you start see a partner as the enemy, everything that they do becomes a problem. So the partner also needs to work on themselves not being projected as the enemy. It's a two-way street, all right? We have to balance out each other. Shelly's Corner says, I agree with you, host. You have to be intentional about your relationship working, yeah, man. Yes, so you have to be intentional. And it's something that you have to work on every day because the fight and the struggles and the stress will come. No questions asked. That was my topic on my Facebook Live today. I think I spent like 3 minutes talking about that. But yeah, that was my topic. The struggles, the circumstances will come. We just need to know how to work our way through them. Life with Shambhala says, well, we have to go keep our mouth shut then. Not saying that you're going to keep your mouth shut. This is not a culture of silencing anybody. But we need to learn how to share our thoughts lightheartedly. Right? We need to learn how to share our thoughts lightheartedly. Cause Music say your son guilty laugh follow. Then Cause Music, I'm gonna tell you from the day one, say everything when me I talk me guilty of. Me not innocent. Me go through them. Everything I'm talking about are things that have happened to me. I am so guilty. It's not even funny, but guess what? I learned lessons from these, and I'm grateful for the lessons that I've learned. Lenny Beckford says, the worst thing a person can do is put their partner on a pedal stool. No, I don't think that's the worst. I think that's actually one of the best things to do. Because at least you can say, I did give you the treatment that I believe that you deserved. So I don't think that's the worst, actually. And I think that is where society has gone wrong now. Because you see someone who puts their partner on a pedestal, right? it's a pedestal, not tool, not stool, pedestal. When you see the person putting their partners on the pedestal, and the partner end up doing the person who is doing the good bad, right? Then you say to yourself, then if this a man a treat this a woman a son should do him so, then I owe me for, you know. But to be honest, not everybody will have that experience, and the best thing is to do is to treat your partner well, so that when they mess up and they realize, they are the ones who are suffering from the loss, not you. At least you can safely say within yourself that you didn't lack anything. You made sure you give them everything that you thought they deserved. It is just them who decided to do what they did. You not have that guilty conscience that they will. Dr. Jeremy Baldwin says, happiness is intertwined with trust. Amen. I don't think people really understand how deep the wound of cheating is. Me not think so neither. Because all that is happening is she or he is learning to unlove you. Amen. Amen, Dr. Jeremy Baldwin. Oh, you just keep coming with the good nuggets. But yeah, all you're teaching you, when you cheat on your partner will never be able to trust you again. They'll never be able to trust you again. So imagine if you cheat the one time and your partner can't trust you, and you go back again and you go cheat again. Or where you tell the partner, say, you not enough for me. Right? Not that I tell the partner, say, I am not enough. Say, for example, I have a partner, because it has happened to me before, and I had to have left a relationship for this reason. Because I had a partner who cheated on me. Fine. You cheat the one time, you break my trust and everything. I start pre you everywhere you go, I just not trust you anymore. Right. You still wanted to try to work things out between you and I. am still not trust you, but you want to work it out, so I'm going to try. At least God will give it in my heart to forgive you. Right? When it finally take years now for me to forgive you, and you go back go cheat again, where you tell me, say, you're telling me that I am not enough for you, so you have to keep going out there to find what fills the void for you. And all you were teaching me at that time is that I need to let go of you. And that's what a lot of men and women are not understanding. You are definitely teaching your partner how to unlove you. I need to do a live on cheating. But I did one, but I think I need to focus on it. I did a live on cheating. What would you do if you found out your partner was cheating? I did a live on that. But now that we're having a conversation, I think I did the live too early. So a lot of you didn't get to come on and share your nuggets. So maybe I need to do a part 2. Shelly's Corner said, Dr. Baldwin, you're preaching. Cheating is a whole other live. Trust me, Shelly's Corner, I did do a live on cheating, but guess what? I started the live too early, so maybe some of you were at work or transitioning from work to home. So it never really get the turnout that it needed. So I'll definitely do a part 2, because like I said, it's a whole nother level of live conversation. Lenny Beckford said, one has to be ready for the battle, as it's very hard. Partners should lean on each other equally for emotional support, as you will both have high and low points in life. Like I said to you, I don't believe in this 50-50 thing, this equality thing. I don't believe in it, but just believe that the opportunities or the circumstances presents themselves at different times, where this partner might be higher than this one today, so this one who has the strength needs to lift this one. And on a different situation, when this partner is now high and this one is low, the two of them need to come together in order to lift each other. But I don't believe that this partner is here, and them come together and them lift each other to here. No, I'm gonna believe that. I believe that if one is low, one is high, the high one can be able to lift the low one to come up to the high. Or if this one is high and this one is low, this high one can lift this low one to come up together, so that two of them can be high. But you and me up on the same level, we're not going nowhere but crash. So I'm not believing in the 50-50 equality thing. I'm not believing in that. But that's your opinion. I appreciate that. Guys, may I wrap up the live now because my battery is dying. I'm still so ready to leave yet, but we're going to come on here Sunday again, 9 p.m. have this conversation, so that I can, we can basically like talk and share our sentiments before we prepare ourselves for the work week. All right. Lenny Beckford says, one has to be ready for the battle, as you see. I read that one. Shelly's Corner says, it's like Grandma's one. to your relationship. Exactly. Cheating is like grammar zone to your relationship. You basically kill your relationship by cheating. Lenny Beckford says, spot on, Doc. Shelly's Corner says, yes, Lenny. Life with Shambhala says, there should be a balance, or better yet, alignment. I prefer to use the word alignment. There should be alignment. But balance, if you look on a scale, when something on one side, it go up so and lean, it tilt the next one. And then when you put something heavy upon this now, it tilt the next one. So it's never yet balanced. And if you try to balance it, it's unstable. Right? So that's what I'm talking about. Apply it to life and it's the same thing. Shelly's Corner says, a relationship full of highs and lows. And trust me, you will need a shoulder to lean on. Hello, you're talking, preach, sister, preach. Exactly. Relationship is full of highs and lows. And you need the highs to balance the lows, to bring the lows to the high. Now, that was a very, very, very fruitful conversation. Man, tonight was a blessing. I feel so lifted in my spirit. I like the word alignment. I agree. Definitely, Shelly's Corner. Shambhala really did come up with a good word. Life with Shambhala says, period. On period, sis. On period. Now, guys, listen, tonight was such a fulfilling conversation. I am really moved. I'm really touched by all of the nuggets that you guys have shared. I've shared my 2 cents. You've shared all of your cents. And I am happy that I was able to open this forum for us to converse and for me to get to know you to get to know me. We can, develop that little family bond that I've always longed for on Naturally Candid. But guess what? We'll have to come to an end tonight because my battery dying. And guess what now? I have to go because I don't want the live just cut off and whistle. But I am going to have another live on Sunday night, and being that one of the most important topics that we spoke about, well, 2, we spoke about expectations, and we're going to also speak about cheating. So I'm going to come with the part 2 for cheating on Sunday's live. So join me here on Naturally Candid 9 p.m. Sunday. All right, don't miss out on that live conversation. Dr. Jeremy Baldwin, agree at Shelly's Corner. And when a man is all over the place, he's really impotent. He's really just walking around and bleeding on women who didn't cut him and is bleeding themselves. It's true, very well so, and that is just the reality, especially being that men don't know how to handle their emotions. The women are usually the ones who are the emotional beings. All right, but listen, now get me in a conversation again. But listen, guys, I will definitely be having another live on Sunday. Don't forget to join that live, and don't leave subscribe to the channel yet, because guess why? You're gonna need to be notified every time when I post. Alright, so this is it for us tonight. I love you all. I really appreciated the conversation. I had fun, and I'm sure you did too. If you did, hit thumbs up on this live if you haven't already. Share it with your friends after it's posted, because I will be posting it, so you can definitely share it with your friends. Let them comment and share their sentiments as well. Good night, my bono Naturally Candid family. My love you. See you next time. I enjoy the conversation. Bye. Stay sweet, stay safe, and blessings. Good night, guys. I hope I can be there. Please, Jeremy, please to be there. Bye, guys. Ta-ta.